G'day folks, this is Dragon. In an urban area at the moment, and we've just found some maple trees. This is the sugar maple, and if we have a close up of the leaf, you can see pretty close to the emblem of Canada. Alright, these trees are a tap for the sap to make maple syrup. This is the true maple syrup, not the artificial stuff. These are only young trees. There's lots of different varieties native to North America, Europe, and even across to parts of Asia, Japan and those places. So they're actually growing here in my country in an urban area and doing very well. How does this apply to a homesteading situation? Well, they're a source of food in more ways than one. Now, from what I've seen and heard from friends overseas, rendering the sap down to maple syrup can be quite an ordeal and need a lot of experience doing it. But what we've got here in front of us are the seeds that come off the tree. Little wing seeds. These are the ones we found on the ground. Now, the American Indian used to eat these, North American Indians, and you can also roast these or boil them and eat the seeds, the young ones on the tree. These are old ones, the shells are very hard. But also what's come out, that's the kernel of the seed there. That is also edible, and I'll give it a go. Okay, given the fact that it's fallen off the tree and it's got a bit of age on it, taste isn't unpleasant. It's very close to a pea. In fact, the taste of a green pea. In fact, if it was harvested green off the tree, it would be much sweeter. And you can roast and boil these when they're greener on the tree and eat them. But also the underbark of this tree, these maple trees, were also used as a source of food by the Native American Indians. Now you can do the research on the net on that. There's some information on a website called Eat the Weeds. It's got more information on that. So in a homesteading situation, yep, this can provide food sources in several different ways. You can eat the leaves. The young ones are better. I've already eaten one. We're going into our autumn here, so these leaves are getting a bit old, a bit long in the tooth, but in the spring when the new ones come out, you can also eat the leaves on these too. So that's one type of maple tree. There are lots and lots of varieties. I believe there's one that's toxic to horses. And of course the seeds and the leaves off the different varieties will have different tastes. Some are a little bit bitter, which indicates probably a bit of tannin in them, and so on. So that's growing here in an urban area. So it's another food source, a food tree source in homesteading. You can go to an urban area, or if you're out in the boonies, if you've got the right growing conditions. This is growing in red soil here, and these trees are doing quite well. Perhaps a little bit too young to tap the sap if you want to make maple syrup. I believe it's a skilled way of tapping the tree, but it has to be a certain age or at least a certain diameter, whether you're using a trunk or a branch. They recommend out to about 12 inches from what I've read. So anyway, that's one of the varieties of maple tree. good food source, good for homesteading, urban or rural if you've got the room in the urban area. And we'll go and have a look at another one. It's a type of maple tree, has fruit on it, and I believe it produces a better type of a sap for making maple syrup if you want to go down that track. Alrighty, back soon.